What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here in the Odd Shepherd channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Links. Likes, lots. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. This is going to be a quick video, I gotta say. It's only one game, obviously. We're talking Indy. We're talking New York. We're in Indy for Game 6 here in New York. Massive comeback there for them. Bounce back. They didn't have to come back from shit. They were up the entire way in the Game 5. So very much looking forward to a Game 6 there. And looking forward to a Game 7 for my Timberwolves. That is going to be lovely. So might have to throw some stuff over on X. So go follow me at Eric Lindquist. I'm sure I'll have a couple of plays from that game. Obviously, didn't look very good. Didn't really like betting that one here. But we've got a weird, it's not a weird card, should I say, because I didn't have a lock from the Minnesota one. Wanted you to play it light. It was a very unpredictable series. You got 4 straight road wins for teams. Then Denver gives them the gauntlet, and now Minnesota's giving them the gauntlet in Game 7. I don't know. As the Timberwolves fan, it's impossible to get a read on exactly what's going on with that team from game to game, other than just being elated that we're in competitive spots. Makes me happy. But this spot, I have a lock. I've got a play that I just don't understand the line of. I think I know why it's that way, but it is recency bias to the max, and it's not really encapsulating what it should be. I'll explain everything here in a second. We have a lean, we have no like, but we have a lock. I can't remember doing that a single time in any playoff game ever for 3 years of doing this. But producer Jacob, he's on hand here, and he wants you to know about OddsShopper really quick before we start our video. OS Premium Tools, Discord Insider Access. You can sign up for that down below. Again, ping me, I'll answer. Ping me, I'll answer. Great access to have at me. You can also follow me at Eric Lindquist. But now you get Ben Raza, Isaiah Suarez, Nathan Joyce, all the people you know and love, Greg Ehrenberg, everybody you know and love here on the OddsShopper channel, giving you the best advice we possibly can, showing you our bets. You can track them. We track them. It is a beautiful time to be alive over at OddsShopper, that Discord. If you use promo code Lindy, bang, Mike Breen style, 20% off, expert picks, Discord, premium tools. Get those premium tools, my friends. The positive EV tool is it. And we've got some great updates that are firing up here right now that I can't wait to tell you about here next week. It's going to be awesome. With that said, friends, Game 6, Indy, New York, in Indianapolis. Let's get to the picks. We begin the dance, friends. Game 6, very unpredictable series to a certain extent here, too. Everybody said that the Knicks were dead. Everybody said that life was over for it. It was not going to go any further, that it was going to be done, that Lindy was going to win 4 straight here, and it was going to... No. We, friends, are on the precipice of a really fun Game 6. We got the Knicks. We've got the Pacers. And we'll say the main thing of note, the main thing that has to be said right from the get-go, as I pull up my stuff because I had baseball still pulled up, is Jalen Brunson's really good at basketball, don't you think? Yeah, that was kind of my main takeaway, is how much better he looked and how much healthier he looked coming off of being dinged up in Indy. I understand that that isn't personified by data, but you know what you can also do with data from time to time is read the damn box score and have it do the explaining for you. There's no doubt that Jalen Brunson in that spot, 121-91 win, was the major catalyst, difference maker, everything. 44 points, backed by the Garden crowd, 43 minutes, 18 for 35 from the floor, a plus 31 team best. Everybody on the entire Knicks team, they ended up dusting off Jeffries and Milton and Sims and Diakite in that blowout run. And everybody on the entire team had a plus minus. Whereas the Indy side, everybody, a nice, beautiful minus sign on the entire team. Every single player appeared for Indy. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, where every single player had a negative plus minus on an entire team when the entire team appeared. Generally, you have an outlier spot or the bench goes on a run or something happens. No, not a single human being was a positive basketball player. So thought that that was a fun way to break that down and start it off. But we're obviously worried about props and money. And how, Eric, are you going to make us money here in this spot? Well, this is not going to make the people who don't like props very happy because, again, I think this is a perfect, efficient spread. 5.5. If you made me take something, I'll take the points of 5.5 here, just saying Jalen Brunson being the best player on the floor, which is what he's been when healthy in this series. OG Anunoby, his absence still matters. You saw the perfect explanation of regression towards the mean. Indy still shot 44.4% from 3 in the game. The difference was just an absolute evisceration on the glass. 53 rebounds for the Knicks, 53 to 29 for Indy. Such a disparity there. The Josh Hart difference, him on a basketball floor, is just fun to watch. Only 11 boards, but his activity was incredible. And then, of course, I'm going to save his name. I'm going to say it. He had 17 boards. He'll come up in the lock section. I think we're going to throw this one out early for the people. But to start off our boarding walk, we've seen this series a lot. Again, 5 games, 6 games. I don't need to tell you the key players. Tyrese Halliburton needs to play better. Pascal Siakam needs to play better. Everybody needs to play a little bit better here on this spot. Aaron Nesmith really needs to play better. But we're going to start this card off in kind of a, well, not an unpredictable fashion, but Miles McBride enters the starting lineup there for Precious Achiuwa. That was the difference, the absolute difference. Precious was not set to play alongside Isaiah Hartenstein. Good to just have some of those backup minutes. If you need to give him some reprieve, you can do it. He ended up not playing all that much. Precious Achiuwa, 23 minutes there. Isaiah Hartenstein, 31. That just had to do with the fact that they were up by infinity and beyond that fourth quarter. Otherwise, you would have saw like 12. I have him in for 12 minutes. Precious Achiuwa. I have somebody else in for 36, and we'll talk about him later. But I am very much a fan of Miles McBride in the starting lineup, and over 13.5 points still feels low. You got it at 9.5 previous game. I know 4 points is a huge difference there, but him in the starting lineup, we saw 40 minutes. I see 40 minutes in his future in competitive spots too. It's not a high usage guy during the regular season, but you had Julius Randle there in the regular season, Bojan Bogdanovic for the second half of that season. You had quickly get shipped off with RJ Barrett very quickly as well before and that was well before the deadline there. Wild run out to Miles McBride being a higher usage play here in these playoffs, but I'm thinking about firing it up. I haven't bet it yet. It's on the verge. Again, I could have just said, oh, I don't have a lean. I don't have anything else put in the light category. That would be a lie. I don't want to lie to the people. Haven't bet it yet, but might be doing it. We got none here, but before we get to the lock, just check out BetMGM. I'm just going to say that. BetMGM, that's probably the other cool thing you can do, and then you can fire up this play that I'm going to give you. It's going to be beautiful. You sign up at the link below. Get yourself up to $1,500 on your first bet back if your first bet loses. If it wins, congratulations. Keep your money. So sign up at the link below. It's only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. To the lock, we go. Isaiah Hartenstein. What an absolute manimal on the board. 17 rebounds for him, 5 assists. Only 7 points there, but 31 minutes. You have to look at it this way. Isaiah Hartenstein is very good at basketball, and they obviously didn't want to have Precious Achiuwa out there sharing the floor with him. And Isaiah Hartenstein routinely this season, I mean, it's one of the best defensive centers that existed in basketball. Just not even an opinion. It's in the data. You go to dunksandthrees.com. You look at his plus minus in just about any regard. One of the top defensive centers out there. And the Precious Achiuwa experiment, again, they had to try to make something work there. Well, Miles McBride is definitely the guy who is going to be working there. But I wanted to see where these props opened. And obviously the rebound props for him, Hart, everything look in the double digits up here, looking a little aggressive for me. Now, we've seen New York play substantially worse on the road here in this series. Very, very obviously. But Jalen Brunson looking healthier. Obviously, he's going to be destroying in terms of usage here in this spot. Isaiah Hartenstein not out there in any way, shape, or form for usage. So I'm not saying that we need to be backing him substantially for that reason. This is a pure minutes play. How is 8.5 at even money the opening number here? What? I don't get it. I have Isaiah Hartenstein for 38 minutes, 36, 38. It's in that ballpark right now. Looking at 10 to 12, deciding on where I want to factor that in for Precious Achiuwa in competitive spots. Obviously, you get outlier games like just happened in Game 5, where Hartenstein only plays 31 minutes. He definitely can be somebody who gets in foul trouble potentially as well. Precious Achiuwa played 23, and they did share the minutes. There is some overlap there, even though they don't want to do that as much, 6 minutes of overlap. But this is an egregious opening number, and it must be fired. If this thing isn't 9.5 minus 110 very, very shortly, I really don't even know what to believe anymore, because I have this as a stone cold lock. I've got him closer to 12 points. He's going to be on the floor ad nauseum. He gets putbacks. This is an Indy team that plays up in pace. It's a 215.5 total. I repeat, he is going to be getting the massive lion's share minutes at the center spot. Precious Achiuwa playing less means Josh Hart is playing the 4. he has to get all of these offensive rebounds, putbacks. I just don't see any way around it. Best play on the week, I would call it. My favorite lock on the week, Isaiah Hartenstein over 8.5 points. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for this lovely one-game slate. Oh, one-game slate. I should just use one hand there. My allergies are going nuts here. Thank you, producer Jacob. Great stuff. Great stuff from my Timberwolves, too. Sorry to, the bummer of the Jokic stuff. Again, wanted to keep it very, very light. That series has been off the chain. Didn't want to give you ill-advised stuff again. Hopefully you had fun with it, but I lost a little bit of money there, but it wasn't a lock. The locks have been super steady throughout these playoffs, play-in tournament. Hopefully Isaiah Hartenstein can convert for us, make it a phenomenal week. That'd be great. Until next time, friends, until Monday, you might have to hit me up in that premium Discord or on X at Eric Lindquist. Go follow me there. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Friday.